going. Come on, jazz hands. There we go. DJ's doing jazz hands. Trey's doing jazz hands. Clover is doing some kind of spirit fingers slash a weird kind of thing. There you go. Okay, we are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is episode 260 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Our very, very special guest tonight, Clover Tack. There he goes. He of the Clover.
Good to be here. Thank you, sir.
There he goes. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this oriented right.
Oh, there you go.
Clover Tack is in the building. We've also got Trey. You saw DJ just now. We've got Trey from Aries Firearms rocking his El Presidente t-shirt. You want to show us that? Let's see this.
There you go.
Camacho 2016. Who knows what movie that is from? Who knows what movie that's from?
Better than that. Who knows his full name?
Ooh, oh my
Dwayne
goodness.
Herbert. I got it right here. Dwayne, Alessandro,
Herbert,
Mountain Dew, Herbert, Camacho.
Okay, so Mountain Dew is before Herbert. Okay, Mountain Dew, Herbert.
Up there's Scamp got it, 900. Scamp 900 got it.
Oh, okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I did not know that. That name is long. Dwayne, what was it? Dwayne
Alejandro, Mountain Dew, Herbert, Camacho.
El Presidente. Idiocracy, one of the greatest movies ever made that you have to watch if you have not seen it.
Very prophetic.
Yes. It's a really good movie. We should consider that. We're waiting for Walter, and then we're going to do another movie night. But we should consider that one, Idiocracy, because there's some guns in there.
I don't know if Walter would get into it, though.
Brought to you by Carl Jr.
Brought to you by Carl Jr. Yeah, I don't know if Walter's going to get into it, but, What's up, DJ?
Are you ready to see my new gun?
I'm ready to hear it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Somewhere there's a bathroom getting flooded out right now.
That's our leftover parts.
Yeah, that's very cool. DJ. I'm digging it. It's an AR? Okay. I hope it's fully semi-automatic.
Sit over here.
All right. Very cool. All right, so guys, welcome to the show. Got a little sidetracked. I'll be happy to talk about Idiocracy. Yes, I'll be happy to talk about Idiocracy here. This is episode 260. Our title is Celebrity Meltdown After FBI Kavanaugh Report. Have you guys been keeping up with this? Over?
A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the news is it's not fully broken yet, I guess we can say, right? It's not official, but the FBI has put up a report, and apparently Congress has seen it. Because there's some, you guys are going to be shocked at this. You're really not going to believe this, but Democrats are not happy with this report, guys.
Oh, how in the world can that be possible?
They say it's inconclusive, which means they didn't get the answers they wanted.
I said this back. I think we talked about this Friday, and I said, I'm all for if they want to do another FBI investigation, let them do it, right? I mean, he's already been through a jillion of them. Let them do it. If they're going to limit it in size and scope and do what Flake wanted, and only less than a week, let them do it. I said, but two things, The Democrats are not going to be happy either way it goes. Because even if the FBI finds something, then odds are the Republicans are still going to say it's insignificant or whatever, or they're going to put somebody else on there bring up another nomination that they hate. Or the Democrats are going to turn around when they probably don't find anything, and that's exactly what's happened. The Democrats are going to be mad and say, "Oh, well, it's the Trump administration," and blah 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 blah.
The fix is in. The fix is in.
Yeah.
According to them, yeah.
I'm throwing ice at you, Clover.
Oh.
I'm throwing ice at you.
That's fine. I'm down here in Texas, so you throw all the ice you want, brother. I'm happy with it.
You vicious savage.
Savage.
It'll be water by the time it hits me. It'll be water, so it's all good.
Yeah. So obviously, look, what they want is to just throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing, slow everything down, mess it up. They knew this response from the Democrats was pre-planned. And as I'm sure the response from celebrities, which we'll get into here, there's some celebrities just losing their minds.
No.
Yeah.
Hollywood? What?
Yeah, I know. It's so shocking. You think Hollywood has an opinion on this?
What? Why was Melissa Alano at the thing? That's my. I mean, does she not have better things to do? Seriously, she's like a
doesn't
rich.
have better things.
Is she a broke celebrity now, or does she still have any kind of money? Because
No, she doesn't have anything. That's why
No.
she's got to be involved.
Yeah,
There
she
you
does
go.
not have anything better to do, obviously,
Yeah,
to
she
just
was trying
sit
to
there,
get
like,
camera
try to
time.
see how much acting she could do with her eyes only.
right.
Yeah.
Now,
I was
did y'all
watching-
watch the? Did y'all
Mhm.
watch the Saturday Night Live, the SNL thing?
No.
Because the right's kind of losing their mind over that, but it was pretty funny. I gotta
Oh,
say.
really?
With
Okay.
Kanye?
No, with the whole Kavanaugh testimony thing.
But didn't they
Yeah,
use
they were
Will
speaking.
Ferrell as Ford, Dr.
No, they used no, they had Matt Damon was Kavanaugh.
Ford?
Okay.
But I mean,
I can't stand. I can't stand.
They made fun of Feinstein. They made fun really of all of them, and
Oh,
it was
okay.
just I don't know. If you've been watching SNL for any kind of time,
Mhm.
they've got that political shift and whatever. But I mean, it can still be funny. You can be a conservative or a Republican, and they can make fun of your people or whatever, and it can still be funny. And I don't know. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. I cannot stand to look at Matt Damon's face. Matt Damon has the face that you want to punch with a pickup truck.
Yeah, and he's got that smirk that really gets me too.
I don't like
My
his
favorite
bananas.
movie with him was when he blew up. Interstellar, they blew him up. They should have got an Oscar for that movie.
Interstellar. Okay. I just really don't like Matt Damon, man. It's just,
I don't like Matt Damon either.
It just pisses me off. I could deal with Ben Affleck a lot easier. Obviously, look, we have to. Kind of what you're saying, Clover, I think, is that we got to look at some of these people, even though we know where they're coming from politically. It's still entertainment, and I can manage that with some dudes, but Matt Damon just
can't do it.
He's super anti-gun.
There's a few that's that way with me too. I was having this, and I don't want to get all off down a huge rabbit hole, but I was having this conversation one day about Bill Cosby because I've got the entire series on my media center, and was playing through the other day, and I mean 4 or 5 episodes was on before I really realized, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh my good Lord, I'm watching Bill Cosby, and it's like, can the work they do, can the art they produce, whatever it might be, can that be separated from the people? And for me, sometimes it can be, but I feel you on the Matt Damon. I mean, there's a few actors that are that way in my mind too. So I get you with that.
I think it can be if they're good enough actors. And I'm not saying that they have to keep quiet and not tell us their political opinions, but I wish they would just shut the hell up and not tell us what they think about politics.
Yeah, we don't care about their political views. Just to make a movie. We don't care.
So, but yeah, listen, we'll get into that. We'll find out why you don't like Bill Cosby. Did he try to roofie you? I don't know. We'll see.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like Bill Cosby. I mean, I don't as a person. I think he's probably a fairly despicable human being from the best I can ascertain at this point. But, the Cosby Show is just good TV, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And he did Fat Albert. I mean, he was revolutionary. Bill Cosby is pretty damn smart.
It was good. It was good. I like the Cosby Show. I even looked at Fat Albert. I haven't looked at that stuff. There's a lot of things, and it's nothing that happened lately. There's just a lot of things about all of that stuff that I don't, I just don't really look at it anymore. To be honest with you, most of my entertainment is, I do watch movies and things like that, but a lot of my entertainment, just like lots of people out there, is on YouTube. Just those things don't serve me anymore. Like, I don't think the Cosby Show and all those kinds of things do anything for me anymore. So that's my thing. Yeah, Bill Cosby is a massive, huge hypocrite. And like a horrible person, like you said, Clover. I totally agree with that. So, listen, let's shout out the folks. We've got 2 people.
Thumbs up.
Yes, absolutely. Don't forget to thumbs ups. We've got over it's over 100 people watching us live right now. Thank you to every single person out there who's watching us live. Thanks for joining us. You know, we appreciate you guys. I'm not going solo like I did for the first couple of minutes yesterday. You know, which is, you know, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I don't know. I don't know how I did. I don't know if you people enjoyed it yesterday, but guess what? Smash the thumbs ups. Let's see it. We can get these thumbs ups to 100 right now. Right now. If people out there, we're already at like 54. So if 55 right now. So if we get 45 people smashing the thumbs ups right now, we'll be at 100, which will be awesome. And we would appreciate you. So let's go in here really quick and just shout out everyone. First of all, shout out to DJ. I can hear him over there.
Hey.
He's test firing his gun. Special shout out to DJ. Did you hear that? Did you get that? Can't even see you guys. There you go. Shout out to you, DJ. All right, there you go. Okay, good. All right. So also shout out to E-Rock, Flopping Garbage, Archangel. Let's see who else we got in here.
RTS.
Yeah, RTS guy, the Anku, Chris Bullis, SoCal Gunner. I shoot my AK naked, says AK is in the house. So congratulations to you being in the house. Let's see, Jade Grew. We've also got Richard Hughes, Boss Hog, Lewis 1911 as well in the house. Let me see, who else do we have? Ridge Runner says, what is happening, my strange peoples? Don't forget the thumbs ups. Okay, very important, the thumbs ups. Let's see, who else? Armament and Axes is in the house. Jason Scherer as well. Let's see here. Unknown user says, I'm looking for a guy named Clover. He owes me money. Has anyone seen him?
I don't know who he's talking about.
There's another guy.
Wrong Clover.
Yeah.
I've never owed anybody money, so that's fake news. Sorry.
Okay. Hashtag fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. So I'm sure unknown user is one of your folks.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, you're not claiming him.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Seriously.
Okay. All right. Let's see. The Gun Snob is also in here. He says hello all. Shout out to the Gun Snob. Excuse me. James Lawson. Gun Slob. That will be interesting. Gun Slob. Right? There's some gun slobs out there.
Maybe that's his alt account.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone's gonna go grab that one right now. Let's see. We got Moo Butt. We've got let's see. CB is here. Music Lover. Richard Portella. Black Diamond Guns and Gear says, hey, you are going to hey, are you going to the IV 88 shoot this weekend? Clover, are you going?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Clover's not going. Trey, you going?
No, I got to work.
Okay. I'm also not going. I've got tons of work I have to catch up here. And then I have some things that I'm already obligated to do at the end of the month. So I just really can't go. I've got to catch up to all the work that's going on here. It's going to be a fun time. Everyone that's going there, you're going to have an amazing, awesome time. It's going to be lots of fun, as it always is out there. So shout out to all the people who are going there. Let's see. We've got E-Rock, the Pants, Scamp 900, Bricks says sup. The Pants says C-Tac. He's shouting you out. Do you also go by C-Tac?
The Pants. I'll answer to pretty much anything. So.
All right, cool.
That's why I could never run for political office. I think I'll answer to pretty much anything.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know if that's not a good thing. Okay, yeah. James Miller's here. Let's see who else we got. Pixamite. Okay, so Pixamite is in the house as well. Rob Avis says hello to Hank, Trey, and Clovertac. We've got Tango Hunter as well. He says hashtag Pew Life. Calaveras 32 special says hello to you, Clovertac.
Yeah, the California cucumber.
Oh, okay. lots of Clovertac people in here tonight. That's good. Okay, let's see who else we got. We got Chris Osborne, Greg 98K, Clint Skeens says, "What's up, Hank? Can you shoot my dad out?" Herb Skeens, shout. I'm sorry, I need my glasses. Can you shout my dad out? Herb Skeens. He turned me on to your show. Thanks, man. Okay, so big shout out to Herb Skeens out there, thanks for telling people about us, and getting the children hooked on the show. We appreciate it. Gizzard Gary is also in here. Let me know if you recognize any of these names, Clover, because I know these are some of your
there's a lot out there from gun channels and in the gun channel side of things. You've already mentioned them, but the Pants, Gizzard, User, who else? Melon Nut, I seen was out there earlier. I seen ATI. You haven't said anything about ATI, but ATI was, I seen them pop up out there just a second ago. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Shout out to ATI. What was that one you just said? Melon Nut?
Mel the Nut.
Mel the Nut.
Mel the Nut.
Mel the Nut.
Yeah. Be careful with that, DJ. Be careful.
Wait, Strange, I have something.
What's up?
Show you.
What is it? What are you going to show me?
Last one.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. See, you know why I like DJ? What's up? You built a gun. Congratulations. That's very cool. I like DJ because he says my name properly. He calls me Hank Strange, the whole thing. Boom.
Proper.
Yeah.
Proper.
DJ gets it. DJ gets it. All right. Let's see who else we've got in here. Paul K. Paul K. Let's see. We've got Ghost Tactical. He's here. Ghost Tactical. Clint Sanders. Brian Quick. I see Mel the Nut says Woot Clover. One of my favorite chats. There you go. That was from Mel the Nut. Big Dick Willie is here. Have you ever heard of Big Dick Willie, Clover?
I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have. Okay. You ever had Big Dick Willie on your chat?
No, I have not.
You ready, Big Dick Willie?
I'm trying to entrap Clover. He's not.
No.
He's not falling for it.
No comment.
You ever had any Big Dick Willie, Clover? No.
I gotta be careful with stuff like that. I mean, coming on here and being a guest on another panel or another show is one thing, but I'm sure you've seen it. But my Wednesday night shows specifically, I mean, I cater youth shooters and families and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta be real careful with even with the names that's in the chat, and there's been some very, very vulgar names.
Oh, okay. His name is Willie, and he's his name is Willie.
Well, I mean, I've never seen him over there. I've never said anything. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with shortening the word, the name Richard. Yeah. So obviously,
Richard Willie, and he's a big
Richard
dude.
Willie.
Yeah.
I think,
you cannot be dirty and say that there's been many dicks throughout history, right? So.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I don't want
to is full of dicks.
I don't want to derail things, but have you seen the preview for the Dick Cheney movie?
You know what? I was looking at that.
It's kind of interesting. I'm like, I want to go watch that.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Trey?
No, I didn't even know one was coming out.
Yes, there is a Dick Cheney movie coming out. It's called Vice.
Vice.
It's called Vice. And oh man, the guy that played Batman is playing Dick Cheney. There's a lot of famous actors. Huh?
Michael Keaton?
No. What's the last Batman?
The dude that fought the dragons and Christian Bale.
Christian
Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. He's playing Dick Cheney.
Oh, they let him go from China?
And did you recognize that in the preview? Did you catch that until they said?
I knew it was him because I read about it before I looked at it. That's what made me go look at the preview.
Yeah, okay.
Because, Christian Bale, he's batshit crazy, but he's one of those
batshit crazy.
Yeah, he's a method actor. So I think, what was it, The Machinist?
Yep.
When he did that,
60 pounds for that movie.
Yeah, he almost died when he did that movie. He went for real skinny. He looked like he looked like Somalian, or he was in a concentration camp or some. I mean, he almost died in the movie. So I'm thinking I don't know if in this movie he put on a fat suit or he just ate until he got big.
Right.
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, but he looks like Dick Cheney. He's doing a good job. There's a bunch of known actors in here, and the preview actually looks, like you said, it looks interesting. But also, this is what I thought when I was looking at it, Clover. I was thinking to myself, I wonder how I wonder how W feels about this, especially when he's been real chummy and really cool with like Democrats in Hollywood lately, and then they come up and stab him in the back.
Well, kind of expect that, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, but W is he's a pretty lighthearted guy. I don't think he takes himself, or I mean, and I'm not going to say in the capacity of being the president, he didn't take things serious, of course, but yeah, I think in his personal life and what people think about him and things of that nature, I think he's a pretty lighthearted guy. So you know, I don't know that it'd been that big of a deal for him.
I think this movie is not going to put him in a good light. Maybe he doesn't care.
It's not going to put Cheney in a good light either. I mean, you can expect that going in, but you know, and it's probably not factually accurate.
Yeah,
I was guessing, but no. You know, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to see Steve Carell as Rumsfeld?
Really? It doesn't really sound that appealing, to be honest with you.
You know what? From the preview, it looks like it's going to be funny. Yeah, Steve Carell, he's playing Rumsfeld. Sam Rockwell's playing W.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think it could be. You know, if you take it for what it is, you know.
Yeah. Tyler Perry's playing Colin Powell.
Tyler Perry.
that's just cracking me up to even say.
Colin Powell while I was in the Navy.
Huh?
I met Colin Powell while I was in the Navy.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. So
he got a pretty commanding presence.
Oh yeah, he's a lot bigger guy than you think he is.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard by people that have heard him speak or been around him or something like that. Says when he's in a room, my God, you know he's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to think Colin Powell was cool, but then he kind of like punked out to me. So I mean, you know, listen, I don't know him for real. So, huh?
I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah. So it always bothers me when people don't like they bend or flex under the pressure or change completely under the pressure and, you know, do a 180 on what they supposedly believed. And that's pretty much what I saw Colin Powell do. It was kind of like disappointing to me personally. So I go through that every now and then with some people. So yeah, I think, you know what? I think it may be funny, maybe interesting, definitely to see their take on that whole thing. You know, the way that it looks in the movie is like, you know, the vice president was running everything. So yeah. That's, you know, Dick Cheney was running everything.
They sell 6 tickets.
That was the leftist position, is that they were. That Bush was not, you know, Cheney was the power behind the throne.
Yeah.
And he had to have been, he was given the power by the throne, you know, he wouldn't have ran otherwise. So
yeah.
And it could be. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I think
you know, only the people who were there.
I think to an extent through the Clinton years, Hillary was the power behind the throne. So I don't think it's necessarily that much different, you know.
No, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it's always it's like the Wizard of Oz. There's always someone behind the curtain pulling the strings. I wonder if this movie is going to show, like, in my mind, I think Condoleezza, I'm not saying that Condoleezza Rice and Bush had a relationship, but I think Condoleezza Rice was kind of in love with Bush. That sounds funny when I say it out loud, but
I think there was a unique relationship for sure.
Yeah. I think she was kind of into Bush, or maybe I should just say W. Yeah, she was into that because, you know, it has like a double entendre going on there.
That could spin a whole different light on.
I don't want to, you know, create problems with Yeah, we all like Bush, you know, depending on which one it is. You know, who you're talking about. So, okay, let's move on from that. Mika is here. Mike Bryant is here as well. Ant Diesel Vision is also here. He says, what's up? Let's see who else we got. We got Red Bear in the house. Let's see. David Reed. MW Tacticals here as well. Rick Hunter. Jerry Woodman. What was that? You went out there.
Thumbs up. Hit those thumbs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please hit the thumbs ups. Let's see. We got Schmeggy42 as well. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Atomic Bulls as well in here. The Tyven Show is here. Let me see. I think that's it. If I missed anyone, Rodney Brady, I see as well. If I missed someone and you want me to give you a specific shout out, let me know and we will do it. Brian Quick says Condi Rice is a badass. She's a member of the Augusta National Golf Club, better known for the Masters. Okay, very cool. That guy's wife 94 is here. So shout out to that guy's wife 94. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely get make sure you mention that one.
Yes, I know. I got it.
I'll have to put up with that if you don't. So.
Yeah, I got it covered. That guy's wife 94 is so awesome.
Yes.
Just
Hello, dear. Hello, dear. By the way.
Yes, amazing woman, an angel that walks on earth.
So I'm guessing she's off work apparently. So.
Yeah. So Recall Junkie 1981 is also here. So I carry my revolver in single action as well. Says 70s Bush. So there you go. Okay. And I see Ron and everyone's in there. So shout out to everyone. Please smash the thumbs ups. Let's see. We're at 87, but I know we can get to 100 right now. 88. There you go. 88. We can do 100. Let's see it. Come on, people. Hit the thumbs ups. Get us up to 100. That's a nice start to kick off the show. There's so many things. Now, where were we? We jumped around in a whole bunch of things there in that intro.
I threw a wrench into the whole works, so I don't even remember. We were talking about the Kavanaugh FBI to start out with, so I don't know if we'd moved on from there or not. But
right, there's
Hollywood.
Hollywood
freaking
situation. Out. Yes, Hollywood is losing their minds. Do you actually? Let me ask both of you guys, whoever wants to jump in. Do you guys actually think there is an event or a situation under which Hollywood will pick up and leave these Americas? Because I want to make that happen if we could figure out what it is.
I wish.
The great San Andreas earthquake of 2025, maybe. That's about all I can
You think that would get them to leave?
That might that would forcibly separate the continent. So I mean, that's going to be about the only way, I think.
They'll still try to control us. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well,
that will not be enough.
Is it anything new? I mean, my thing with Hollywood, and I was watching something the other day. One of the I forgot what channel or what it was on, but it was one of those man on the street things, and they had political figures, presidents, vice presidents, congressmen and women, senators, governors, you name it, right? And they were just going around to random people on the street and trying to get them to identify by the picture who it was. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they couldn't get really any of them. But they could throw up a celebrity, boy, and they'd know it. I mean, even the lesser known celebrity, boy, and they'd know it immediately. And so to a little extent anyway, the problem we've got it comes out of Hollywood is our own fault. And speaking of society, not you and I, or the people in the chat out there's fault, but society. I mean, we put these people on a pedestal and they're artists. I mean, they have a craft. They, went down a different walk in life than we did. They're ultimately, I don't view them any differently than myself.
So here's the thing. Why are we putting them on that pedestal? Is it just the idea of the celebrity? Is it that they entertain us so well? Is it that we just have this need for idols? What the hell is it?
I think so. I honestly think there's a socioeconomic aspect to it because, if you look back like through the Great Depression, for example, entertainment was huge. Why? Because people were poor and starving and everything else, and they wanted to get away, right?
Yeah. Bread and circuses. That's what the people must have, right?
Yeah, and I think that and I think that we deal with that today. I think that you've got a large percentage of the country that for whatever reason is down on their luck, and so it's escapism. It's that way even here on YouTube. That's why any channel that does anything with any kind of sustenance doesn't really have stuff that goes viral and things like that. The stuff that goes viral is the dumbest, stupidest stuff you would ever see.
That is so true. That's
and
so true.
why? It's because the vast majority of people that go to YouTube and watch stuff, they're just trying to get away. They're not looking for information or education or anything like that. That's not a large percentage of the demographic that's on YouTube.
You know, the thing about that, Trey, because I agree with everything that Clover's saying. I think it's pretty spot on. I think we used to look up, but now we kind of want to look down, right? There's a weird thing happening in society where people used to look up to celebrities and they kind of held them to a higher standard and all that. And it's almost like we want to look down on everyone, and then that makes us feel better. What do you think about that, Trey?
Oh, you mean like the underdogs, things like that?
No, I don't think it's the underdog. I think we want to look at people and go, aha, look at them. They're stupider than me. It's kind of like we were talking about Idiocracy. You're wearing the shirt there, and we're talking about celebrity. And I think that's the thing about the whole movie, what it's saying.
I think that I agree with Clover, but you know, with the celebrities, once they start talking politics, or I don't care. I don't want to hear you that. Go make a movie and entertain me, because that's what I'm paying you for. If you can't do that, then I don't want to hear what you have to say. Go about your business whatever way you want. Hey, if you want to be Republican, Democrat, that's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't want to hear about it. I want you to entertain me. When I want to hear about your political views, I will ask you for your political advice, which I do not. I could care less what Tom Cruise believes or any of these entertainers. I mean, but they want to shove it down our throats constantly. And you do have people falling into that line. I mean, look at a lot of people that do that. I mean, they do hold them on a pedestal. It's almost like they move from some kind of hierarchy politicians to the actors, and they want to worship these actors. And I do agree, they have money and they have power and prestige, but they're morons. I mean, if you actually sit down and listen to these people talk, they're idiots. They're incompetent. And I'm not talking about an interview. I'm talking about, hey, let's just go talk on a regular basis. They can't hold a conversation with anybody like normal people can. I mean, I was reading one thing. The guy was so rich, he didn't even know what a barcode was. I mean,
what about
barcode is?
Go ahead, Clover.
Which Kardashian was it recently that said something about she had never ate cereal before, or had never ate a bowl of cereal?
Right now, who's never eaten cereal?
It's like, are you kidding me?
What's the matter with her?
I think that's totally possible. I wouldn't.
Pebbles, Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I think that would be very possible for people like the Kardashians, depending on which one it is. Probably it was a very younger Kardashian and someone who's always, if you've been in a situation in life where you never had to eat cereal, of course. And there's people around the world that are in the polar opposite that have also never eaten cereal.
But above not having to eat it, it's so delicious. Why would you know what I'm saying? I mean, even if I was like a millionaire, I'm not giving up my Fruity Pebbles. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No way.
So true.
Never be that rich.
I get it. For me, it's Captain Crunch. That's my cereal.
What's Captain Crunch with the crunch berries?
You must have a steel plate in the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
If you
Captain Crunch. No, it totally messes you up. And I'm talking about regular Captain Crunch, not the peanut butter one.
Yeah.
So what about you, Trey? What's your favorite cereal? Let's hear it. Everyone can tell us what's their favorite.
I like Fruity Pebbles and I like Lucky Charms.
Oh, okay.
I love.
Yeah.
They now have Fruit Loops of marshmallows too. That one's pretty good.
I thought Clover was gonna say Lucky Charms, but
no, Lucky Charms. I don't know a favorite. There's so many cereals that I like. Cocoa Pebbles probably as a whole, because the cool thing about Cocoa Pebbles is you eat your Cocoa Pebbles and you got a bowl of chocolate milk. So it's a win-win, right?
Yeah. I believe you're not going to believe this. This is probably weird, and I maybe shouldn't tell anyone this. If we're talking about cereal, one of my favorite cereals is cornflakes, just regular cornflakes.
Oh yeah.
But I like it with Carnation's milk.
Oh really?
Yeah. The evaporated milk in the can. And what I like to do is put that on my cornflakes and then put the cornflakes bowl in the refrigerator and let it get really chilled down. And then I eat it. Is that weird?
So you put it on your corn, so it doesn't make I mean, it doesn't get soggy, like real soggy.
No, so the cornflakes will absorb everything. Yeah, and I like it like that for some reason.
Oh, okay. So it's like infused, just like milk infused cornflakes.
Yeah. So I like that. Also, I like cream of wheat too. Lola, which Lola hates she hates the concept of cream of wheat because I'm always like,
yeah, I like grape nuts also, but
do?
I like it with sugar.
Oh, okay.
With sugar.
Yeah, grape nuts. Wheaties. I mean, I'm okay with Wheaties. Wheaties is Raisin Bran without the raisins. Right? I mean,
no, I don't like Wheaties.
Yeah. But maybe Raisin Bran's Wheaties with the raisins.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I was going to ask you guys. So yeah, I agree with what you were saying about celebrities, Trey, that you don't want to hear their politics. But on this side of the fence, you know, we're Second Amendment guys and all that, right? Don't we like it when we hear that celebrities are on our side of the fence?
Yeah, but did you really hear any gun celebrities just shoving it in your face the whole time on like Channel 6 and all this other stuff? But the only one I can really think of is James Woods, but he does his stuff on Twitter. Well, he did, but he's not out there on every TV channel all the time saying you guys are going to burn and all the other stuff that they do, and y'all should rise up and attack Republicans or libertarians or whatever. Those people get pretty wild. I mean, Alyssa Milano, we were talking about her. I mean, she's doing like whole podcasts where she's talking about how this misogynistic this and misogynistic that, and these people are doing this and all that. And I'm just looking at her going, what are you even talking about? It doesn't even make any sense. She is out of her mind.
Yeah. I think that's true. James Woods kind of gets in people's faces because it seems like he likes it. But most of those people in Hollywood don't get all up in the business because it's already tough for them in Hollywood. I would think, you know. Mm-hmm. So they kind of like play it on the low.
I mean, look what happened to Liam Neeson, Mr. Taken with his guns and all that. He came out on one interview and said, I was anti-gun. I don't believe Americans should have guns. I think they have too many guns. The last 3 movies flopped. And that's how it should be. Oh, you want to play those games? I'm just not going to spend my money with you. Mm-hmm. It's my money. You're going to be rich because I gave you my money because I enjoy your entertainment. If I don't enjoy your entertainment, I'm going to keep my money to myself. And that's simple. And movies are expensive now anyways.
Yes. There's lots of guys who did action movies and stuff like that and actually don't like guns. So I'll give you one example. Christopher Walken, who always plays a bad guy. He's very good at being a bad guy, you know, but he does not like guns. He's actually he has some kind of, what is the fear of guns called? Who knows what that's called? Is it called gatophobia?
Gatophobia,
Burnokinesis or something? I don't know what the hell. What?
Hoplophobia.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the fear of firearms.
Oh,
that is a weird fear.
Hoplophobia.
There it is. Richard said it.
Yeah, hoplophobic. Huh. I wonder, so what does the hoplo mean? What does the hoplo mean? Yeah.
It must be Latin.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. We have to get to the bottom of what that means. So Christopher Walken is like that, but also, did you know that Roger Moore, James Bond, not a gun guy?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah. Neither is the last James Bond. He hates guns.
Who? Daniel Craig?
Yeah, he's a big anti-gun guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You know, I know if you go back and look at Roger, first of all, let me tell you, Roger Moore was a great saint. I lived in England when he was the saint. Was not a huge fan of him being James Bond. He's all right. The best James Bond ever was Sean Connery.
Thank you. Mr. Universe.
Yeah, that was the best James Bond. And then came, I forgot the name of the guy that Lola's all crazy about. Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
No, they had another guy between them also.
Timothy Dalton was in there.
Timothy Dalton, but they had another guy too. He only did one movie, something Bisbeing or something like that. He did.
That was after Roger. That was after Sean Connery. Yeah. So, so David Reed says, "See no hoblophobia."
Sean Connery was.
Yeah. Mel the Nut says hoplophobia is Latin for snowflake.
There you go. That could be.
Yeah. Unknown user says Sean Connery was the best. Yeah. Anyone named Sean is a terrible person, just off the bat. If you're named Sean, you're a bad boy, you're a rogue, a villain, you know, and that's how I like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are all the badasses out there. So let's see. So you know what? I think that is true though. I think that most of the guys on our side kind of play it low. They play it low key. They don't get all up in Hollywood's face. You know, for the most part, they're not trying to aggravate them.
Yeah.
You know. But and then someone says Chris Pratt is pro gun, and he doesn't get all up in anyone's face too much about it either.
Well, and I don't, to be fair, I mean, once you get outside of Hollywood, most people don't get up into people's faces about that kind of stuff. I mean, they have a more laid back, pragmatic approach to trying to change hearts and minds. They don't get all crazy with it. So, you know, when you are just looking at Hollywood, yes, overwhelming majority of those are going to be leftists that just like to stir it up and get in people's faces. But
yeah. And the funny thing is, lots of people in California are not anti-gun, even though for some reason they keep voting people like that into power and all that kind of stuff. I know when I was there, obviously I move in pro 2A circles, but most people really want to be able to defend themselves because they have that realization that, you know, even if you're living in a state where there's a lot of cops, they are there conveniently to give you tickets and stuff like that, but very conveniently also not there when you're getting your ass kicked and mugged and robbed and raped.
Yeah.
You know, that goes for New York as well. I grew up in New York City, and I could tell you the average person in New York would like to be able to defend themselves.
Sure. Yeah, there's almost no doubt, but it's almost like if it's, and I was born and raised around the whole gun culture thing. So for me it's hard for me to sit there and necessarily argue with somebody that may have just come into it, whether they just moved into the country or they, you know, just became a citizen, or they just moved out of a larger city or a state that, you know, didn't allow them the freedom to do that, and they're first discovering it, right? So it's interesting conversation sometimes because a lot of that stuff to me is foreign, but when you're in a situation where you're born and raised, it's not a part of the lifestyle, the culture, anything else. All you see is demonization. And then on top of that, there's so many other issues that affect your day-to-day life. Okay. As far as, you know, taxes, the job rate, you know, whatever it might be. Right. That it just takes precedent over, you know, self-defense necessarily, or the right to own a firearm. And I think a lot of people in the country, that's where they sit. The Second Amendment doesn't even crack their top 10, I don't think, as far as why they vote or how they vote. And we need to change that. That's what we need to work on. I
think we do. I think we have a problem where
we don't need to say it's number one. And a lot of people want to push it because that's the way they vote, right? They're like, oh, I don't care. You know, it could be Satan, but as long as he's pro, you know, Second Amendment, I'm good with it. I don't care about anything else, right? And there's people like that, and that's fine. But the vast majority of people are not. They're multifaceted. So when we approach them, we need to introduce that into their top 10 or their top 5. You know, that way at least the people are starting to consider that.
Yeah. I you know what? I'm probably that guy who where they stand on guns is hugely important. But I think we live in a world where it's really not that easy to factor in. I mean, even if we look at Trump, you know, we may think he's pro Second Amendment, and that's why lots of people are getting complacent. He's actually not that pro Second Amendment. So, you know, that could. What was that, Trey?
His sons are. They hunt and shoot and they do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, his children maybe more so than him, I think.
They're really big into archery, too. There's been multiple. His sons. I've read multiple articles over the years. A lot of them, you know, I've heard this about Trump that they go, well, you know, Don Jr. or whatever, and blah blah blah. They're talking about him hunting, and there ain't no way silver spoon in his mouth. And I'm like, I've been reading articles in archery magazines for years. You know, interviews with the Trump, you know, the Trump kiddos. They hunt, you know.
Yeah, they're diehard. They're diehard. Their dad, not so much. Maybe they have influence on him. I'm also not saying I don't think that Trump is anti-gun. I think Trump was a Democrat for most of his life, and he's from New York City, so he's a New York Republican, which are pretty much, you can put them in rhino category.
Yeah,
you know,
and the danger in that is that if he was anti-gun, at least you know where he stands, right? And at least if it was pro-gun, you would know where he stands, because he's in that middle area. He's going to be opportunistic with things that come up with the Second Amendment, because he really doesn't have a dog in the fight. So whatever he can get across by sacrificing that or offering it, putting it on the table, he's going to use it. Is what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think Democrats actually played bad chess with him, because he looked open to them, and instead of them seeing, excuse me, that, oh, wait a second, this guy, we might be able to get some stuff out of him. What they decided to do was attack him, and then they made him go back to his corner. If you remember when all this stuff happened in Vegas and he kicked off this whole thing with the NRA, and between the NRA and Trump, they kicked off this whole thing that we have now with bump stocks and all that. Trump was leaning in their direction, very empathetic to where they were coming from. And then they were like, let's just start beating the crap out of him. So
right.
I think they misplayed that, which is very, it's an interesting kind of thing to see that with Democrats, right? They kind of, I'm glad, but I think that there's still things here, because we're so distracted with it, that we're not paying attention, and there's anti-gun stuff coming up, and we really, really need to be careful with that, because it's infecting each state, one state at a time, and then next thing we know, we'll turn around and then we'll have a federal thing out there. So that's why it's so important. Someone sent me a picture. I don't know if you guys can even see. There's a guy here with like white hair playing poker.
Can't tell who he is.
Yeah, that's James Woods. Someone sent me a picture of him playing poker. There you go. And then Lola wanted me to say that we have a lot of viewers in California, which is true. And then my friend Josh that was here the other day said that Barnauls sells a crap ton of gun parts and things like that to California.
Yeah, sure.
So, that's really interesting. I think the way that all that goes down. And to come back to a point that I think you were making, I think the problem is most people do not vote.
Oh, yes. That's
yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Even in these upcoming elections, I've been seeing news that they're forecasting how many people are going to go out there and vote, and it's apathetic.
Yeah. I seen with it being midterm especially, but I seen a meme the other day, or a cartoon, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't call it a meme, but a political cartoon, I guess. And it had this little sliver over here. And it says "we voted" or something, and then it had this big, huge. It was like 3 times that amount, right, on this side, and it said, "I didn't vote because my vote doesn't matter." And it's like, if all of the people that say their vote doesn't matter would get out and vote, it could be enough to make a difference.
Yep.
And the bad thing is, especially the people, I can understand it to an extent. The Trump Hillary thing, or maybe for your congressman or something like that, and you just really feel you don't have a choice. Don't sit at home, go vote. And the reason is because you're voting all the way down a ticket, and especially with local stuff, there's city ordinances that get voted on. There's all kinds of things from your county officials and things like that, and that stuff directly,
less taxes, all that stuff.
Yeah, right now in Florida, they're putting
that stuff affects you.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now in Florida, they're putting things on the ballot that would affect the Florida Constitution.
Yep.
And the reason why they're trying to do that is because the laws that were passed earlier this year, a lot of them are actually unconstitutional. So they're trying to shore up their position there, the anti-gun stuff that went in, and maybe bring some more things in there. So absolutely, that's why you want to pay attention. You're voting for your local sheriff, if you live in a place that does that, your local mayor, those people who control the police departments. If you're mad about police departments, why the hell are you staying home and not voting?
Yep.
Go out there, figure out who hires the police department,
or your road and bridge precincts, things like that. People around here, I know, I live out in the sticks and the boonies. There's a lot of dirt roads. There's a lot of blacktop roads. It washes and other things happen, and they gripe and they gripe and they gripe about their road, and then they never make it out to the poll. And I'm like, well, go vote in, be a part of the process,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, man. I think that's a huge problem that we have, that people are just apathetic when it comes to voting. And I think it's really, I don't know if there's anything that we can do about that in America to make people go out there. But when you see people getting so mad regardless of who it is, about who becomes president, who's in Congress, who does this thing or who does that thing, don't get mad at the person. If you hate Trump, don't be mad at Trump because he's in the White House, especially if you didn't take your ass out there and vote. You didn't play a part in that.
Well, and you can be, and there's nothing wrong. That's why we have civil discourse. That's why we can petition and protest. I mean, in appropriate ways, of course, nonviolent, peaceful, appropriate ways. But if you have a president or a congressman or a governor or whatever it might be, and they're doing something that you don't like, then organize some type of movement and go, that way it's not, first of all, go call and voice your concern, obviously, because regardless of whether you voted for that person or not, they're still your governor or president or whatever, right? So voice your concern to them regardless. They still represent you. But then, if from there, like I said, organize and hold a protest and get some petitions and create some movements. If you don't like, what they're doing, try to do something that causes enough buzz that may sway their opinion or change their mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, Trey, I don't know if you want to add anything to that before I switch here a little bit. I'm not gonna, switch.
I'm really big on voting. I always have. In this country, I have the capability to at least vote versus, hey, in Iran, this guy won by 99.9%. It's because we'll chop your arm off if you don't vote for this guy. I mean, yeah, you might not like your choices and it might suck or it might be bad, but at least you have the capability to make a vote. And for people to sit around and waste it and then talk about freedom this or freedom that, it's ridiculous. What's the ultimate price of freedom is voting. Yeah. I mean, fought for the capability to install our own government. When it sucks, install a new one. Man, vote him out. If you don't vote, you just go sit at home and watch James Wood complain or something.
Yeah, you're voting. Breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit there.
Am I?
Yeah. Go ahead. Say that again.
I'm crappy today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think let me get into some of what we were talking about here. So here, I'll throw this link up so you guys could take a look at it real quick. To see what I was talking about with celebrities when I say that celebrities are having a meltdown. Here's some of what we're talking about. I'll put it in the chat for people to take a look at it. So Hollywood melts down. This is on Breitbart. Hollywood melts down after FBI probe fails to prove Kavanaugh a gang rapist. Go F yourself. Flood the streets. These are the quotes coming out of celebrities. Hollywood celebrities from Judd Apatow to Kathy Griffin melted down on Twitter Thursday following the FBI concluding its seventh background check into Brett Kavanaugh, because 7 is just not enough for them. That did not provide any information about him being a sexual abuser. The FBI report could not corroborate any claims of sexual misconduct made against Brett Kavanaugh. This means that Kavanaugh could soon be confirmed to the Supreme Court, and many celebrities found this just too much to handle. Thankfully, in this case, America is not packed with celebrities. Otherwise, if they did get out there and vote, we would have problems. By the way, guys, I'm pretty sure a lot of these celebrities don't actually vote either. So let's see. Here we go. This is from
a A lot of those celebrities don't actually even work anymore. From the list I'm looking through, I'm like, who are these people? And when was the last time they were on TV or in a movie?
Yeah. Do you want to read? Here, why don't we go through some of the quotes? Why don't you take the first one, Clover, from Rosie O'Donnell?
From Rosie? Oh,
yeah.
Big Rosie. Get to DC, flood the streets. Hashtag no Kavanaugh, hashtag stop Kavanaugh, hashtag criminal Trump, hashtag Russia. Okay, question here. That right there shows you that there's no legitimacy to their vitriol, because why are you tying Russia into the Kavanaugh thing? Why would you even hashtag that in there? Right?
Because it's just they want to put everything in there.
Well, I guess, but I mean, it has nothing to do with that. Criminal Trump, okay, with the investigation, FBI investigation, and if they think that, maybe Trump played a role into telling them to, just blow it off or whatever, okay, I get that. But they're continuing to tie the Russia thing into Kavanaugh, or she is, which is just it's stupid. I mean, you lose legitimacy that way.
Yeah, anyone with it in their right mind is going to understand that, of course, Russia tries to influence American elections. So does every other country outside of them. I'm pretty sure Canada is trying to influence our elections, right? Just like we try to influence other countries' elections.
Sure, that's been going on for years. That happened in the back in the French helped out back in the Revolutionary War and so forth and so on. So I mean, there's been, for many years, there's been international coercion.
Yeah, we all mess with each other, man. That's what goes on. That's how it goes down in the DM. Let me see. Trey, do you want to take one? Let me see. What's this?
Yeah, sure. Let me click on one. Pick one.
Yeah, I'm trying to look around here. From Rosie just had a bunch.
I mean, they can. There is no probable cause. It's not like there's evidence. Oh, she said it. Okay, well, is there some kind of evidence behind what she said? There is no. I mean, I don't know. The whole thing's just freaking weird.
Yeah. Let's see. Director Judd Apatow retweeted Democrat Kristen Gillibrand urging Americans to call the senators Kavanaugh, adding, "Get involved." Let's see what else we got here.
The problem though, because they can call their senators and congressmen and all that's all cool, but if he gets confirmed, it's pretty much going to be a partisan thing. So
yeah,
I don't know that makes a difference.
Yeah, Trey, do you see Kathy Griffin's thing that she put in here?
I can read hers pretty easily.
Yeah. Go ahead, read that one. But let's change the expletive to something else.
Puppies.
Screw you at Chuck Grizzly. Screw you at Orny Hatch. Screw you at John Cornyn. Screw you at Tom Tillis. Screw you, Senator Mike Lee, etc., etc.
She basically just tweeted "F you" to all these different people.
Michael Moore is good too.
Yeah. What's Michael Moore's one?
5 days ago, Dems and liberals did the same old thing, claiming some empty victory when Flake formed shame and then foolishly placed their hopes in the FBI. The FBI? Doing an investigation. When is our side going to wake up and start fighting? Stop hoping and start acting.
Yeah. What are they going to fight with?
Says the fat slob couch potato Michael Moore. Right?
Yeah. What are they planning on fighting with? Feathers? I'm just curious.
Yeah, tickle fights, man.
No, they're going to kick women in the stomach.
Yeah. What exactly is this plan for fighting here? I'd like to know. Because maybe there's some people out there with, maybe there's some people out there that are out there trying to say, hey, you should be able to defend yourself. Yeah.
And a magazine cover of her.
Who?
Time magazine.
Yeah, Time Magazine's going to put the accuser Ford on the cover. Time Magazine, come on now. That's all they do. That's how they get down. They put the worst people on their cover. So that's how you know. Right? That's how you know what's going on there.
Time Magazine has it.
Yeah. Well, that's how they go. Amy Schumer got arrested at a Kavanaugh protest. So let's see. That's another thing here. Also on Breitbart, actress Amy Schumer was voluntarily arrested along with a horde of left-wing protesters outside the Supreme Court on Thursday. Yeah.
Any arrest is not voluntary.
Yeah. So video published by the Daily Caller. Yeah. Benny Johnson appears to show Amy Schumer being asked if she wants to be arrested. And then she's telling the cop, yes, she wants to be arrested.
Yeah, sure, arrest me.
Yeah. The cop says, do you want to be arrested? She said, yes.
Amy Schumer, whatever her name is, she is not funny. She is a terrible actress.
Yeah. Oh, horrible. Yeah, not funny at all. So Michael Moore, of course, but this is yesterday. This doesn't even have anything to do with this per se. Michael Moore says presidential alert proves Trump creating an emergency to end democracy as we know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here, I'll throw this up so you guys can see it. This is also Breitbart was on fire today. So I'll throw this up here in the chat and you guys can check it out along with me.
Yeah, the whole presidential alert thing. I'm sure Alex Jones is freaking out and going crazy right now.
Yeah. They're going to kill us with the presidential alerts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
He's going to turn us all into gay frogs to the cell phones or something.
So left-wing filmmaker Michael Moore tweeted that the presidential test alert that Americans got on their cell phone Wednesday was a preview of the state of emergency he is creating to justify the end of democracy. It was a test, but make no mistake about it, this is the world in which we now live. That's my final line in Fahrenheit 11:9. A few minutes ago, Trump gave us a preview of the state of emergency he is creating to justify the end of democracy as we know it. Resist, Michael Moore wrote on Twitter. So,
yeah, that seems nonsensical to me. I'm not even hardly making any sense out of what he's talking about.
I don't know. It didn't have any message.
Yeah, it's like, what's your point?
He tweeted it from his $20 million mansion.
Yeah. Sure. Now, is it a sign? But you see, here's the thing. Like I was saying it yesterday about this. This shows that the government has certain powers over people, right? It's not a conspiracy thing. It's a reality. Like these phones that we have, there's laws written and access to the government has to your phones. That's just a bottom line. So even with the local Amber Alerts that you have, you can do something in your phone and shut those off. But that alert we got yesterday, you cannot shut off. Right. Yeah. And there's other things like in the phone. Of course, that's there. But that's not there. I mean, the way that I look at it, and what I don't understand about Michael Moore is if you believe that the government is against you, why are you supporting things to take the power away from the people to resist the government? And then you're telling people to resist. It's confusing. What the hell are people going to resist with when they have no power? And in the world you want to create, the government is the one that has the power and the weapons and the ability to put pressure on people.
Well, it's because these people want, they're short-sighted in that they want it all, but they want it all for their side. Okay, they're not the people that see the flip side of the coin. Like, okay, if we open this door and then later on somebody comes in that is not on my side, how is that going to affect me? And they don't see that. They see the little short-term game that it's just the people on their side. So let's get as much power as we can and control for those people on my side because I'm in their favor. And so life will be great. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Trey. What are you going to say to that?
Well, no. Yeah. I mean, it is confusing because they want bigger government, but they want the big government. They don't want Wall Street to be in power, but they like making money. I mean, the messages are very confusing because they are absolutely confusing. It's gibberish. It doesn't even make any sense. Mm-hmm. My bodyguard's going to have guns, but no one else can. Well, sorry, I don't live in a $20 million home with security guards. I have to just shoot you on my own if you're trying to harm me and my family. So you're going to take my capability to do that? Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a knife or a hammer. I mean, Britain's having problems with knives. They don't have problems with guns. They get problems with knives now. Mm-hmm. We're going to find a way to protect ourselves. If I got to club you to death with a stick, I'm going to get you. I'm going to protect myself one way or the other. And we know, like with narcotics, that the cartels will just park a gun manufacturing plant right in Mexico and start making guns and ammo and ship them right across the border. Why wouldn't they? There's money involved in it. I mean, go to Mexico, people got guns there too, but only the legal ones, not the legal ones.
In England, we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. In England, they've busted people getting in little industrial areas building guns.
Yep, I saw that. If you're a machinist, you can build a gun.
Yeah, all you need is a machine shop. You don't even really need complicated machines.
Nope.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about what these guys are trying to say, Harry's Holster says they want to take away the right to self-defense. It's crazy what Michael Moore and all these people are saying. They're like, power to the people, freedom. But then, so under Trump, the government is being tyrannical, right? But under Obama, they're like, give up all your guns. No, it doesn't, like you said, Clover, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. If you really believe that, if you really believe that if you really believe that the people should have power, if you really believe in freedom, that's what we're talking about.
And it's the hypocrisy runs deep. It's pretty much every issue, every leftist issue that you bring up. Yeah, you point to exactly the same thing. It's like, well, they're a bunch of fascists, and then in the same breath they turn around and go, give them all your guns. That makes no sense.
Make no damn sense. Exactly.
And they do that, with every single issue.
Yeah. If Michael Moore thinks that one day Trump is going to use that alert, right, and just like flip a switch, and it's the end of freedom in America, what is he planning on resisting with? What are you going to resist with? Some hairspray? You think because it's you think it's
movie about it?
He's not gonna, and the thing is, he's got no intentions of resisting anyway. He will be the first one to grovel at the feet of whatever dictator might come to power. He's not gonna be shoulder to shoulder with you and I to fight tyranny or anything else.
Nope.
No, absolutely.
He's not gonna come to your defense. If you're being oppressed. That's not going to be, Michael Moore's not going to be that guy. He's going to be the coward that he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's a coward's
I
play.
100% believe with you. I think all these people in Hollywood are going to be that way. To be honest with you, they're going to be that way. We saw that. We were talking yesterday about, who was it we were talking about yesterday, Trey? Is it Fan Bing Bong? Is that the name of that chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. China. Yeah.
Yeah. Fan Bing Bong. Yeah. So, this is just like, this is exactly leads into exactly what we're talking about. So we were talking about her yesterday. She's like the most famous actress in China, and she had mysteriously disappeared a couple of weeks ago, right? And so this is an article that came out today. Fan Bingbong reportedly released as Chinese stars hurry to pay taxes. The actress has reportedly been sprung from detention. They didn't say that in the report yesterday, but that's what we were saying,
they
right,
just
Trey?
snagged her and beat her, basically.
Yeah, the actress has reportedly been sprung from detention and now has to pay. It's gone up. She has to pay as much as $129 million.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, fellow Chinese stars are rushing to get their ducks in a row.
Yep. Yeah, there was some kind of thing with was it like an actors guild or something with their management or something, in some way they were doing their taxes and payroll that was trying to sidestep the government there or something.
Yeah, they thought that
they don't like it.
Yeah, they thought that the Chinese government was going to catch up to their asses. It says details of Fan Bingbong's mysterious disappearance have finally risen to the fore after months of secrecy. According to the South China Morning Post, sources say Fan was released from a secret detention about 2 weeks ago. Secret detention.
Yeah, she just like disappeared from the face of the earth too.
Yeah,
it's not like somebody, there was a warrant issued and they knocked on her door. It was not like they called her up and they said, "Hey, we've got a warrant for you. Come down and turn yourself in." She just disappeared one day.
Yeah, absolutely. So it says she was released from secret detention about 2 weeks ago, able to return to Beijing after tax authorities began to wrap up their investigation into her tax evasion case. Fan was held under residential surveillance at a holiday resort.
Yeah.
The outlets report in the Wuxi suburb of Jiangsu province. It's unclear whether her involvement in the case has completely drawn to a close or whether Fan will have to face further questioning. The actress will, however, have to pay a staggering bill for as much as 129 million or 884 million yuan in overdue taxes. And wow, it sounds worse in yuan.
It does. I wonder how she's going to get that. I mean, I don't think she was even worth that much, was she?
I don't know. Probably from one movie. She could probably
I don't think they care.
Yeah.
I think she'll find that money.
Yeah. You know, these people that we're talking about, all these celebrities, they want America to be like China.
You know, China,
Yeah.
you know how China got rid of drug dealers?
They just started executing them.
They took the whole family and the drug dealer and killed all of them.
Yeah.
There was no trial. There was no nothing. They just, oh, you're dealing drugs, opium or whatever. They just take you out back, kill your whole family, your kids and everything. And then they go to the next guy. And they just kept doing that until they wiped. Well, they didn't ever eradicate drug use because there'll always be that. You're not going to stop them. You just got smarter.
But word eventually gets around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to sling any
Well, here's the thing. You know, it's so weird. Like, how come in communism you got to pay taxes? Is anyone asking this question?
Right.
You know, seriously. This is communism we're talking about, isn't it? Isn't China communist?
It's
or some kind of new democracy.
Yeah, it's a semi quasi
whatever
crap. Yeah, which I mean, honestly, I mean, people say, you know, constitutional republic here or whatever, and honestly, here it's morphed, you know, sadly, to the point that that's not really what it even is here anymore.
Nope.
So, yeah, when you get into other countries, yeah, it's really sticky. It's a mixture of a lot of different things.
Yeah. If Michael Moore is really afraid that America can wind up like China, where they just come off and get you and take you off to some secret detention.
Go to China.
You know, if he really thinks that's coming down, what the hell is his plan? What's his plan?
I honestly think that dude is narcissistic. I mean, he thinks in his mind he's important enough to the world and society that he's exempt.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I really do. I think that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
He can pay his way out.
Yeah. Well, that's probably true.
Or
that's
favor his way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably true. Lots of crazy ass people believe those kinds of things out there. You know, ultimately, the reason why America is because the people, that any kind of freedom that we have comes from the people, not from the government. Okay. So you got to remember that the government will never give you freedom.
Government.
Red Bear says those damn pandas need to pay their fair share.
That's racist.
It's kind of weird that China like sends their pandas over to us, but we don't own the pandas. It's kind of like a weird welfare system, right? Because they send the pandas to us, to American zoos and stuff, where we know how to take care of the pandas. And then when the pandas get all fat and jolly, they're like, oh, by the way, those are our pandas. You know, you ever notice that?
Yeah, we want them all.
Yeah, you know, so interesting. Why are people talking about bacon? There's lots
They've
of
been talking about bacon for a while.
Yeah, there's a
Somebody
chat.
else said he was stockpiling ammo and bacon.
Stop calling ammo and bacon. Yeah, I see bacon ice cream, lots of bacon things going on. Lots of bacon going on there in the chat. I'm not a fan of bacon, believe it or not. I like turkey bacon, but I know there's people out there that say turkey bacon is not bacon.
It's not bacon.
Oh, okay. I like beef bacon too. Beef bacon is good.
It's not bacon.
Don't like. No.
Strip of beef. It's
No?
called beef jerky. That's what you call bacon. Bacon is bacon.
Oh, okay. I understand. I understand.
Over your feet in your head, you know I'm right.
No, yeah. This
You don't have a BLT with turkey bacon.
Bacon is bacon, and I'm not saying other types of bacon are not edible and they're not good, but yeah.
But
bacon
only
bacon.
pork bacon is bacon to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Crackbot says, I want to eat the panda. I bet pandas are delicious. And Hussein says, no bacon. Hank is a communist. I've just never. You know, I've had bacon before. It's not like It's not that. I just grew up like my family didn't eat pork. So yeah.
Bacon is a big it's a really big Southern thing, and you grow up with bacon and what am I thinking, like salt pork and that sort of stuff, and
Pig's feet.
that's seasoning around here. I mean, you put on a pot of beans and you throw a pound of bacon in with the beans.
Bacon
and
on your
it's flavor and season
beans.
just about for dang near anything. You save your bacon grease and you fry your eggs in it, right? And it just
Oh,
your
okay.
green beans, your beans.
Yeah, it probably helps out with the accent. Yeah, maybe you need bacon for the accent.
it's possible. That's possible. That could be where it comes from. That's
You know what's crazy? Whenever like I did this thing last weekend. I went to this Oktoberfest and they had pretty much like bratwurst, which is pork. And I was talking to I don't know if you guys know Bob Rose. He's a radio guy. He's here local, but I think his show goes out to more places. And we were hanging out, and so I told him that I don't eat pork. And his first thing, he looks at me, he goes, "Are you Muslim?" I was like, "No, man, no. I just don't eat pork." He was like, "Really?" Yeah, he was giving me like the squinty eyes, and I was like, "What is the thing? Like, why does that have to be the question?" Jews don't eat pork. In my case, my dad was raised as a 7-day Adventist.
Mhm.
So, my understanding is they don't eat pork either. My mom ate lots of
what?
pork.
That would make sense because I had a kiddo. He was just a few years younger than me, but anyway, that worked for me for quite a few years, and he didn't eat pork. And I never put two and two together, but he was Seventh-day Adventist too.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mom ate pork and all kinds of stuff, but my dad basically put a kibosh on that with us, and so that was not allowed. So that's just how I grew up. My boys love bacon just like normal human beings, but that's why they call me Hank Strange. So there you go. Unknown user says bacon is from the hand of God.
Can't trust anyone who won't eat bacon.
I think it was on the 8th day or something. It's like God created the bacon, right?
Yeah, Crackbot says bacon died for you. And Flopping Garbage says Muslims eat pork behind closed doors.
You never have pork rinds, have you?
No. I've had pork in my life. I've had bacon and stuff like that.
No, but pork rinds are different.
I've never had. I don't know if I've. I don't think I've ever had pork rinds, but So Moobut says you're American now, Hank. Be free. Now for me, listen. There's a lot of things I eliminate from my diet. By the way, I also don't eat shrimp and a whole bunch of different things. So there you go.
You allergic to shellfish, or you don't like it?
No, I just don't eat it. I do eat lobster. That's about it. Sometimes I can be convinced to eat crab. But I think that, and also as I get older, I just try to eliminate things from my diet. So pork, since it was never in my diet, I don't really want it in my diet. It's high in salt content, pushes up your blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. So I stick to beef and chicken mostly. That's how it goes. But that's just me. Everyone's different. So
beef's more expensive than pork, so my diet is typically pork and chicken. That's the cheapest to cheapest to do. So I'm not a big seafood guy. Shell fish or any type of fish.
I eat all seafood.
Just
all
not.
fish. Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not big on that.
Okay, so Lola wants to know what a pork rinds tray.
I don't know how to really explain. It's almost like a pork chip.
Isn't it? Okay, I always thought it was like pork fat.
It's like heaven in your mouth. Pork
it's like a thin piece of the skin that is fried, I guess, or kind of, and it sort of puffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a chip. I mean, I don't know how to really explain it, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I've got.
I will have some. You can try. Well, you don't have to try one. Lola can try one.
Yeah, I love pork rinds. I like the ones I've got the hot and spicy ones, which are those are wonderful. But recently we found pork rinds. I think it's Lowry's, which Lowry's, depending on what part of the country you live in, does like beef jerky and things like that. I think, and maybe some, or maybe it's Jack Link's that does it. I can't remember, but it's one of those beef jerky companies, right? and it looks like microwave popcorn, but it's pork rinds.
Okay.
And you put them in the microwave, and they sort of pop, right? Kind of like popcorn. Oh, they're so delicious because you do them, and it's like warm
pigs. Just boop.
It's literally like fresh pork rinds, right?
Oh, really?
Because
Okay.
they're warm, and they're so great.
Yeah. Armory in Access says pork rinds are deep fried pork skin. The Archangel says it's fried pork skin. Music Lover says deep fried pork skin.
Yeah.
Richard Hughes says deep fried pork skin. Len Holt says I like bacon with scrambled eggs and biscuits.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
Gotta have some gravy though if you got the biscuits though.
Oh yeah. They got biscuits and gravy chips. Have you seen those?
Oh, they're delicious. Yeah.
Oh, I love them. Every time I see them, I buy a bag of them.
Yeah.
And I have people all the time. Do they really? I said, dude, they're actually pretty darn good. I thought they would. I love them.
They'll mess with your head while you're eating them. They will.
SoCal Gunner says lies, Hank. He says, let's see. Pork is a staple of a keto diet. My blood pressure is perfectly fine. Okay. All right. I get it. I understand. And then someone says no. Someone said no veggies in there, so that's.
Are you on keto?
Who, me? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No. Mostly, I'm trying to. I do eat chicken, and I eat fish sometimes. But I'm a beef guy. I like beef. Beef is what's for dinner. You know. Yeah. I like my steaks nice and fatty as well. You know. Yeah, I like a nice fatty steak. Lola's always trying to cut the fat off my steak, but I believe the fat is very important. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't like the fat. My wife will eat the fat. So we've always worked out really well because I mean we could go literally and get a big huge steak somewhere and I'll cut the fat off, give it to her, and she's got her meat and I've got my meat and everybody's happy, right?
So yeah, here's the thing. So by the way, Harry's Holster says keto is awesome. So there you go. And someone else is telling me pork is the other white meat. So with a steak, if a steak is nice and fatty, to me it's juicy. All I need is the steak. If it's seasoned properly and all that, I don't put anything on it. What's up, DJ?
He's saying good night.
Oh, good night. Good night. See ya. Yeah. So if the steak has fat and all that kind of stuff on it and well done, I can eat it. If there's no fat, it just tastes dry to me, and I don't like. Done. Huh?
Cook them well or medium rare?
I have my steak well done.
Yes, so that defeats the purpose of the steak.
No, I don't like a bloody steak.
I have a hamburger.
Well, that or it totally depends on how it's done. I do a lot of smoking, not like obviously with my pipe. Yeah, sure, but I'm talking about on the smoker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you do that, it's as long as you don't have a really thin, like if you got like the pork chops or some of the steak cutlets or something that was really thin, those don't do well on a smoker. But yeah, like flank steak or something. But with those, but you can always smother those. You can do all kinds of different things with those, and they're fine. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff on the smoker.
Yeah, smoke cooks all the way through.
It doesn't matter what it is, and it comes out all nice and juicy, and it can be completely lean that way, and it's still juicy and tender.
Chicken on a smoker, slow. We do lamb. My friends are Greek, so I go over their house and we do a pit, and we'll cook a lamb for like 12 hours, slow roast.
Wow.
Yeah. Moobut says I'm dead to him now. His are like the well done. I like meat cooked. It needs to be cooked all. Yeah, it's not that I want it burned, especially in a restaurant. I say well done because it needs to be cooked all the way through. That's just
I like it medium rare.
Yeah, I think a smoked meat is pretty good. Also, if I'm doing something in the oven, I like to I guess I don't know what you call it, saute it or whatever in alcohol. That cooks all the way through as well. That's always like I like beef ribs like that.
Oh yeah,
cooked in a nice alcohol.
I do pit for pork. I mean, do you do pit down there too, Clover?
Oh yeah,
the gold pit.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Put a pig in the ground or anything in the ground for that matter. Yeah.
So delicious.
Goat.
Yeah.
You can put goat in the ground. You can put anything. Side of beef. You can put anything in the ground you wanted to. But yeah, we've for years. One of my earliest memories of family get together is my grandfather and uncles. Digging a pit.
Yeah. Okay. Moobet says I'm undead to him now. I'm undead. I guess I'm back. Yeah. Anything that you cook well. Someone wants you to throw up the Camacho shirt. Go ahead, throw it up. There you go.
Camacho, boom. There it is. Am I on there? Nope, I don't think I am.
People should watch. There's a couple of things I think people should do every year. The book "Who Moved My Cheese." Have you guys ever heard of that book?
Nope.
Oh, I have.
No, you never heard of well, you should look into that. It's called "Who Moved My Cheese." It's about the size of Josh's book, and you can read "Who Moved My Cheese." You could probably read it in like 30 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. Very good book to read. I try to read that at least once a year. That's where the whole "Who Moved My Freedom" came from. So that's a good book to read. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it's about. You've got to make that step and go out there and get the book. It's cheap. You can get it in an audio book. I have it in an audio book as an actual physical book. That's a good thing to do every year to remind you, to keep you in the right mindset. Also, Idiocracy is a movie you should look at every year, I think.
I bought it. I watch it all the time. It's a classic. My youngest one, I haven't watched it a lot since the youngest one went off to college, but that was one of the favorite ones that her and I would put on.
Yeah.
What
did you guys like? So tell us, Clover, why did you like it? What was your favorite parts of it?
Favorite parts? Oh man, there's so many. The show, the shows on TV, the way the channels, top show in the country is Al My Balls or whatever, right?
Yeah.
and that's literally how YouTube started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like with stupid videos like that. So you're like, okay, stupid videos on YouTube. Okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of things that are true in that.
The whole part where Carl's Jr. was going to take away the woman's kids because declined her card or whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to take away her kids. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's so much of that movie, like how I like the way that if you're intelligent, you're stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
No. You're seen as so pretentious, even the average IQ, right? You're just seen as so pretentious, and there's a lot of that goes on nowadays. It's like if you don't curse every other word and rant and rail and rave, then there are people that that they
don't like it.
They don't I don't know that they don't like it, but it's just like they don't speak that language almost.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what that movie was getting at. Full disclosure, though, for anybody that hasn't watched it, because I did say something about watching it with my oldest daughter, and she was high up in the teenage years and everything at that time. We're talking high school, late high school, post high school. Not a kid movie, so don't sit the little kids down in front of it. But yeah, the whole Starbucks thing, that's pretty funny when they're walking they're walking to Costco's and he's like, man, I could really use some Starbucks. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
I think the beginning is so true. So in the beginning of it, they're talking about how so all the smart people try to do like family planning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were like, oh, let's not have kids right now.
I can't have a kid.
Yeah, I've got to go to college. I want to wait until I get this promotion, then I'll have kids. And then just all the just the hood ghetto people like, let's just have babies.
With everybody.
So eventually they show so they start out with a couple that's intelligent, I guess. And I think there's different kinds of intelligence, but so they have this intelligent couple that have all these excuses, and then finally they just show the woman because the dude had just died. Right. So no babies for them. And then there was another family that they were showing on the opposite side that remind me a lot of Britney Spears.
And that wasn't even just a family, because then if you remember, he went off and cheated on her, so there was another family involved.
All the babies belong to one stupid dude.
It's like one ultimate father, grandfather, great grandfather,
everybody else.
Yeah,
one like I think the guy was like K-Fed.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember K-Fed, Kevin Federline. Yeah, so that's the thing, and that's who You know, that's who became responsible for the future generations. There's so many things in that movie that are really cool, including President Camacho.
Camacho, yep.
You know, and that movie, let me see, that was what was it, 2000? And hold on.
Man, yeah, I don't remember. I own it too. Hold on.
I'm gonna guess 2000.
I'll tell you,
but I could be wrong.
It was early 2000s. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember knowing about it when it first came out. I think
2006. It's 2006.
Oh wow, I wouldn't have thought it was that late.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit earlier, but it's been around for a long time. And basically, this movie says in the future all the presidents will have to be rock stars. What? And that didn't start with Trump. I noticed there's a lot of people on the left that want to say that idiocracy is here because of Trump. No, I don't think so. This started way before. The whole rock star theory for president, it didn't even start with Obama, in my opinion. I think it goes way back past that, you know, for what people, you think JFK?
Yeah. He was a rock star. He's rich. He was all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's young. We'll go for JFK. We need somebody in there young. Well, yeah, but he's like a rock star. Look at him with Marilyn Monroe and all the other stuff.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing with Reagan. You could say that about Reagan.
Oh, yeah. But Reagan had the, he was a celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the first. He's the first, I guess, going into it, actual celebrity. I guess he was the first, wasn't he?
He was a legitimate celebrity. I mean, he wasn't like what's his name? We were talking about him yesterday. He was he wasn't John Wayne, but he was still known.
Right.
Oh man, he did a lot of westerns.
Yeah, he was still known. But we've just had that for a long time. We've had this thing for a long time where it's the I want to have a beer with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no one wants to have a beer with a nerd. Right. You know,
or a lawyer.
So we have this thing. It's like, you know, I want to have a beer with the cool dude or whatever. So, you know.
Yeah.
I think I saw a picture of Ronald Reagan on Air Force One pointing his hunting rifle out the window.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Let's see here. What some people something about Richard Hughes says that was the best line from Back to the Future. Okay. And Archangel says Washington was the first rock star president. Okay. Kiaski says I'd have a beer with any day with a gun nerd.
You know, that is what Archangel said. That is true to an extent. They actually were talking about just making Washington the king. So he was pretty popular.
Yeah. And, you know, unfortunately, he didn't want to be a king. We don't need kings.
Right.
You know, which is what surprises me when people in America want to worship, you know, well, not just Hollywood. They want to worship royalty.
Politicians. They think these guys are messiahs. They're going to save them. And
America worships British royalty. You know that, right? And royalty from other places around the world. Yeah. They really do. You know, they hang on every word from the prince, one of the princes or whatever, you know.
But again, they also hang on the word of Kim Kardashian. So I don't think it's necessarily a royalty thing. I think it's a whatever tier that is with society or something, right? It's that ivory tower syndrome.
I think Kardashian is just a big booty fetish. You know, it's just everyone.
It can't be for. I wouldn't think it would be for the women that hang on every word. So,
do you see those women now? All those women now are getting big booties, man. They're getting booties implanted.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, would you like to see your woman get a big booty implant? You know, I don't know. I'm not sure whether I don't know the size of the bootage.
Right.
You know,
it's all natural, so I'm good.
Yeah, I would say no implants. That's not a good idea. You know. You don't want to be bouncing on that booty and then it blows up on you. It's not going to be a nice 911 call.
That would be, and I don't know anything about I don't know anything about those implants, honestly, or what they're made out of. But you got to think that,
Silicone, right?
With like breast augmentation, that's different because that's not something that you're necessarily sitting on, laying on. It's taking any kind of a beating on any kind of regular basis, right? But you got to think,
you could have a car accident and the boobage can go right into the steering wheel or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, could in an accidental situation, but think about how often you get up and sit down and get up and sit down. You know what I mean, in a chair or something like that, and and that sort of stuff. It's man,
I wonder about
pretty
it.
tough. You think it had to be pretty tough to survive that kind of abuse?
Yeah, I wonder about it. What about you, Trey? Would you want to see your woman getting the big booty implant?
Why would I mess for perfection?
Yeah, someone says J-Lo was the original big booty. You know what I've seen? So I was I don't know how I was looking at this but something with Nicki Minaj somewhere, and she was performing, and I was telling Lola, I was like, you know what? I noticed that she's performing, but she's not like moving at all. So if you go look at any footage of Nicki Minaj performing, she's not doing a lot of movement. So like someone was just talking about J-Lo. You look at J-Lo, J-Lo's dancing.
Oh yeah, she's all into it.
Yeah, so that booty's real. As far as I'm concerned, J-Lo was trying to work the booty down. But I think the reason why like Nicki Minaj does not move around a lot in performances is because that shit will blow up. And you can kind of see she's like,
or shift or move around or something.
Yeah, I just get that feeling.
She dances around, and the next thing you know, her booties are on her hip or something, on the sides, shifted around or fall down to her thigh. Maybe.
So, would you guys get appendage enhancement? Would you guys do that? No, Trey. No.
I mean, no, I already have too much now. I don't want to add a little.
Oh, sure, okay.
That's too high risk, and bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush. So no, thank you.
Yeah, I can't even look at someone getting kicked in the nuts. I don't want anyone coming anywhere near the nether.
Luckily,
regions.
Luckily, and not luckily, I guess for my life, but my life has had some issues, and so the whole, birth control, reproductive thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I have not had to have to go get a vasectomy or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I'm man enough to go do such a thing.
Why would you do it? Why would you have a vasectomy?
Well, I mean, a lot of people do once they have the kids that they want to have, or what, you know what I mean, or whatever. Okay. And I can see how it can be convenient birth control in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, but it can grow back, right? There are cases where it's
there are cases that, like anything, it's not 100%.
Yeah, that's probably very low odds. I'll tell you, I'm not messing with my jewels.
Yeah, there's something about blades and nuts that I'm not excited about.
I reserve the right to have babies at any time. You can ask Lola. There she goes. Lola, do I or do I not reserve the right to have babies at any time?
In your dreams, of course.
Yeah, I do. I reserve that right. You never know. You might want to have more babies. Men can have babies up until my grandfather was having babies up until he died. I never knew him, never met him because my dad was basically an orphan. But I have uncles that are younger than me.
The problem with having babies up until late age or whatever that is, you got to take care of babies until late age.
No, if you're like 80 or 90 years old and you're about to kick the bucket, you just drop a bunch of babies.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're on your deathbed, I mean, why not? Yeah, but
you just go and you'll have, I don't know who the hell's gonna have a baby with you at like 80.
Get your family started. Get wherever, have many kiddos you're comfortable with. Let them grow them up to be good people, and then provoke getting grandchildren. That's where it's at.
We're gonna come to Gorn here in a second. I always torture my son. I only have 2 kids. I'm pretty sure I only have 2 kids at this point. There could always be some other babies out there. I don't know. Yeah, it could happen. I never say never, but I always torture my sons with that. I'm like, I'm gonna wait. Like when you have babies, then I'm gonna drop some more babies on you. See how you like that. But I don't know. I think for me personally, I'm not messing with that. I don't even want to get my dog's stuff snipped. Lola tried to do that. I was like, there's no way in hell. You know, I am not going to voluntarily see any male creature get his stuff snipped off.
Well,
So anyway,
yeah,
that's probably TMI for some people out there. So let's do a little bit of porn. Who's gun porn? Gorn. For anyone who's out there looking at it. Let's see. Okay, what do you got?
that is Jericho 941.
Oh,
9 millimeters.
nice.
Yeah, it's 9. That's
I like mine, man. They shoot really well.
Also a 41 caliber. This is the IMI, not the IWI. So this is the older, heavier
That's the original
version. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the real deal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. What's the big differences with the IMI ones versus what IWI is coming out with nowadays? Did they change a lot of stuff?
That is a good question. I'm not 100% sure on that guy. DJ.
I'm not either. I know that some of the newest stuff on the Jericho, there's a lot more polymer to them.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're not a fan of that, right?
I don't know. I mean, I could take it or leave it, but if you're gonna have one, I mean, have the real deal.
Yeah, I gotta agree with them on that. I like steel. I like all steel frame.
Well, yeah, I see.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. What do you have, Trey? What do we got there?
627, 357 Magnum Smith & Wesson.
Ooh. Oh boy, compensator and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes from the factory like that.
Very
I like
nice.
revolvers. I actually got quite a few of them.
Okay. I didn't realize you were into revolvers. What other revolvers do you have?
Yep. That is a good question. Quite a few. At least 40 or 50 of them. There you go.
Boom.
That's
38.
that's laying here. So
That's
model
nice.
36-1.
I like the grips. Very nice. Very shiny.
Yeah.
By the way, are those like jars of something behind you, Clover?
That's my pipe tobacco. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
What is it?
Pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the different. How many different flavors do you have?
That I mean, I don't even know how many that holds. I can't remember, but there's multiple jars of some because I do it several ways. First of all, I buy it. I try to buy it online and try to shop, sales and things like that, of course, because it's cheaper that way. And then tobacco, if you do it like that, if you cellar it, it's not in direct sunlight. It's fairly cool and all in here. And it kind of gives the tobacco blends, like the toppings and stuff in the tobacco, right? I don't know. I don't want to say it ages kind of like a fine wine, but I mean, it definitely ages a little bit. And then I also mix some of my own blends. So that's why I said I've got some jars that have the same stuff in them, but I've probably got at any given time, probably 20 to 25 different blends.
Oh, okay. You are serious about your tobacco.
I've got a pretty. I'm more into that. Some people are into the pipes, right? Some people will go out and they're pipe smoker and they want a $300, $400, $500 pipe. I could care less. I mean, I've got.
Hey, all right, hey. I have a very expensive pipe.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying I could care less. I'm more into the tobacco. I like to.
It's what you smoke, not what you smoke it in.
Yeah, I like the tobacco I'm smoking. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Meerschaum pipes about 2 years ago. I occasionally buy one. I really like them. They're cool.
Meerschaum is awesome. I've had one, and I ended up breaking it, unfortunately, and I haven't gotten another one yet. But yeah, they're great. You talk about get a great flavor note and all out of the Meerschaum. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I've heard there's a flavor in the pipes as well. I mean, I've never smoked, so
yeah, you'll get a ghosting like something really porous, like a corncob pipe, for example. If you was to take and you see different types of tobacco, but if you was to take and smoke like a really heavy English blend and something porous like a corncob, and then you put like a cherry or something, aromatic blend in there next, then you could still get a little bit of hint off of that real heavy English blend.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you smoke cigars as well?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say we should have
I used to. I progressed from cigarettes from a fairly early age, and then moved into cigars, and then pipe is kind of that's it for me. I'm done with everything else pretty much, and
Okay.
just do the pipe now. So that's enough to keep my, I don't know, I guess the addiction under control without.
Everyone's got to have a vice. Everyone has to have a vice,
Right.
and most people have to have a few.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Music Lover wants to know Smith or Ruger for revolvers.
I like both.
If I've got to choose, Smith.
Smith.
Yeah,
okay.
If I choose, it would be a Smith also.
Okay. Why?
My meerschaum pipes.
Holy crap!
Oh heck yeah!
Whoa,
Yeah,
that looks like Gandalf the Wizard right there.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's amazing. What is
So
that?
Meerschaum?
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, meerschaum is the material.
Yeah, meerschaum is sea foam that has been trapped in the earth for thousands of years, and they mined it, and they make these pipes out of them. So I have several different kinds. I actually buy them. I collect them, but I usually look for like estate sales, things like that, where somebody's selling one, and I go in there and I try to buy them cheap.
And that one's got great color on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones. It was like the old tree. It's like an old tree. Like you said, Gandalf the Grey, but I thought of the ants, the tree guy, Treebeard from the movie.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true.
Yeah, it looked a lot like him. And if you really look at it, it actually has the guy hand carved it in Turkey, and I purchased it from him. But it has a lot of unique look to it.
Wow, that's amazing. That's here. Let me lock it. Let me lock. Go ahead, show it again. I'm locking it on you. I mean, first you wear the Camacho T-shirt, and then you throw that up there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so people were asking about revolvers. I don't know if you went and got another revolver. You guys both said Smith is better over Ruger. What's up with that?
Just a personal preference. Ruger's not crap. I just prefer Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree with that. I mean, yeah, Ruger's a very, very, very close second. There's definitely not huge, but I think there's a little more attention to fit and finish with Smith than there is Ruger.
Smith's kind of known for their revolvers too, where Ruger's known for different other things.
Mm-hmm.
Smith is like the revolver to have, or a Colt. Obviously, I don't think I have a Colt revolver, but I like my Smith & Wesson revolvers.
I've got one Colt here. There's a detective.
Okay.
Detective special.
Nice. And I got a couple Charter Arms. I get different ones, but I do like my Smith & Wessons.
Okay.
I mean, that's the Dirty Harry gun. He is a Smith & Wesson.
Right.
So if I'm gonna throw up some guns, one of my favorites right there.
Nice.
The Tavor. It's not a revolver. I would like a bullpup revolver, by the way. There has to be
the Rhino. It's got a low bore axis.
Yeah, bullpup revolver. There's something that's supposed to be coming out. I forgot what is the name of that bullpup revolver. It's a bullpup shotgun, and it has a revolver for the magazine.
I've seen that.
I've done some videos on it. I can't remember.
Judge?
Huh?
The Circuit Judge?
No. Oh man, I have like several videos on it, but only from SHOT Show.
I do like Taurus also.
Okay.
Yeah, Taurus actually doesn't make bad revolvers. Depends on what year they were made.
Okay. So what's the cheapest, what is the revolver version of a High Point?
Ooh.
Charter Arms.
Charter? Okay.
Yeah, but they're not bad.
Yeah, maybe.
What was that?
You know what? I'm sorry. Rossi.
Oh, Lola says the thing I'm talking about is the Cry Precision. Have you guys ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
I would have to say, and you're talking about old school, but I would have to say like your ROM or your RGs from back in the day would be more, because even
Harrington.
I'm not a big Charter guy, but I mean I'm not a fan, but I mean they're
I have a couple. They shoot really well,
but they're okay. I wouldn't put them down. They're certainly not priced, at High Point's price point for sure.
Yeah.
And then Rock Island Armory makes that one that's fairly reasonably priced. It's really heavy, and the trigger's not the greatest, but it's not a horrible revolver either.
No, it's not. We've had a couple of them come in. They actually are not that bad, and they're not that expensive to buy.
And nowadays, the Taurus and the Rossies are pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
Nowadays, so
yeah.
But I would say if you're gonna cheap out on a revolver, I mean, I say Taurus is about the cheapest you want to go.
You know, I have a couple Tauruses, and I really like them too. Though they shoot really well.
Yeah.
I made a 500-yard shot with my Taurus revolver, 44 Magnum.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. By the way, I'm putting some links in the chat to you guys here. Let's see. I'll put it in the general chat as well, so everyone can see. What I was talking about is the Cryo Precision 612. So you can take a look at it there. Tell me what you think about it. And then since I was showing off bullpups, I'll pull this out too. Styrog, which I gotta like crack some rounds through this bad boy. Now I need to get a matching Steyr pistol to go along with this, because I saw someone sent me pictures of their Styrog in the pistol, the 9mm Steyr pistol. So I don't know. I got to do that now. It's a thing now in my brain that I have to coordinate. The Steyr. Do you guys know the Steyr pistol?
Yeah, the M9.
Yeah, it was way before the Glock.
Yep.
And it's got kind of like a pyramid for the sights. I've shot them and stuff like that, and I've done some videos, but
my friend has one, but his is black. So
yeah, I just came to realize you can get them. I didn't realize you can get them in different colors. So, you know, that's cool. Okay, what other guns do you guys have? Let's see. What do we got?
Go ahead, Clover.
Me? I've shown 3. Whatever. I don't know if I got anything sitting around.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you got? Okay, there we go. Trey is holding
226 Legion.
The Legion. Okay, very nice. Yeah. So, did you get a deal? Did you get a good deal on this?
I did. I paid $600 for it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good for a Legion.
Yeah, they're about. Yeah, what are they, about 12 right now?
Yeah. You know, I think there's sales and stuff like that on them out there that I've seen. So.
Yeah, I got this one used, but he never shot it.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, there's people that buy those guns, man, and never shoot them. Clover.
Oh, somebody has a 232 or 230. Which one is it?
230.
32 or 380?
It is 380.
Okay, because there are only 532 ones.
Yep. No, that's 380.
I actually collect that exact model of those guns. I have about 5 of them. They are awesome.
This is the only.
It's $100 now, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank God, I've got a couple, and I don't shoot it very often.
Find the gun or the magazines anymore.
Right. Yeah, I've had this one for quite a few years. It's the only SIG I own, actually.
Oh, really?
Based on lawful PPK.
So why do you collect those, Trey?
I like them. They shoot really well, and I enjoyed the gun. And I bought one, and then my friend had one. He didn't want anymore, so I bought it from him. And then I came across the 32 caliber. I actually have the 32 and bought that. And then I saw the other one and got them. When I bought them all, they weren't hard to find. And then now they discontinued the model. You can't find them anymore. You can't find the mags anymore. I'd bought a bunch of mags because, you know what, they're $20 a mag. Now they're $100 a mag.
Oh,
they
wow.
were very expensive. Okay. Yeah. And the 32, that gun right there is a tack driver. You cannot mess with that gun. If you mess with that gun, you're a crappy shot.
So we got a couple things here. Len Holt says Steyr, what a Glock dreamed of being. And Jason Wall says that looks like a Makarov, which is what I thought when you put it up, Clover.
Oh, I could see it a mile away. I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could tell you're an expert. You just
it's similar. I mean, yeah, a lot of people think Bursa too.
Yep.
When you first throw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Or Walther.
No safety. It's got a decocker. I'm telling you, that gun. Have you shot it very much, Clover?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing shoots like a champ, doesn't it?
Yeah. It runs like a Swiss clock, man. It's awesome.
Cool. And Julie Johnson says Trey gets only good deals. He gets good deals. and she did her evil laugh. So there you go.
Always full price.
Yeah. Boobut says Hank touched me inappropriately 20 years ago. I don't have proof or remember it, but whatever, pay me. He says Matt Damon and Rosie O'Donnell believe him.
That doesn't help your cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask him for money.
Yeah. You know how we feel about Matt Damon around these parts. Oh, what's this, Trey?
This is my SBR.
Oh,
LWRC.
nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
The Spartan version is the one of 300.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the hell that means, but I liked it. It's
So,
tiny.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan of LWRC?
I am, but I've had conversations with a couple other people about them, and I like everything that's proprietary, not anything oddball. So I like the guns; they shoot really well. I've had zero problems with them, but I bounce around. I'll shoot if it shoots good and it can handle me. Then I like it. I'm pretty rough on guns. I'm not.
Okay.
Hey, look at this gun. No, this is a collector's gun. I've shot the shit out of it. I've shot it full auto and everything. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. I have one gun I've never shot, and it's just because I have 3 others the same version. I just never got around to shooting it. I shoot my Luger. My Luger's 102 years old. I'll shoot that. I don't care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a gun and not shoot it. It's like having a car and not driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had 2 LWRCs. I had the Reaper, but I recently sold my Reaper.
Oh, I want one so bad. They're so nice.
I didn't know that. I had a really nice Reaper.
Right.
It was OD green, the whole 9 yards.
Here's my other pistol.
Yeah. I have why are you showing us your crotch?
No, I'm showing you my dog.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I know where your mind's at, Hank.
Trey's trying to get fresh.
Right?
Well, you're the one who panned down the camera and said, "Here's my other pistol."
Dog.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna come back to haunt us in 36 years.
Yeah, that's right. Hank told me to do it.
I was like, what is it? Is it a micro pistol? What's going on here?
No, it's a 44 Magnum.
Oh, sure.
I don't want to chill out. I don't want to have to testify before Congress.
I know.
We are doomed.
Nothing. I see nothing.
If any of us ever come up for Supreme Court, we are in big trouble.
I was that close for Supreme Court.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, we had that conversation. You do not have to have judicial experience to run for Supreme Court.
Anyone could be on Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, your Justice of the Peace and your Supreme Court, your lowest court in the land and your highest court in the land require no.
We didn't know that until what episode was that? Like last week? I did not know that.
Juris Doctorate does not require a Juris Doctorate, I guess is what it is.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. It is.
Now you're not gonna ever get confirmed to the Supreme Court without having that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't think you
with a President Camacho. This can happen, Clover.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't try to kill my dreams.
Absolutely.
President Camacho would totally nominate me, and I think the people would
seriously have to dumb down your IQ a little bit.
True. Yeah. Well, for me, it's not that far. It's not that far down.
Well, I was being nice.
Not that far down to go. So yeah, man, it's I could, we can dream. We can dream about the Supreme Court. The parties, oh my God, the parties must be fun. Can you imagine just like partying with Ruth Bader Ginsburg? I mean, I could see her getting butt implants.
She pretty much sleeps all the time, so you can kind of do whatever you want. It really wouldn't matter.
Yeah, let me tell you, dude. I don't know, man. In another couple of months, maybe less, when Trump might get another pick, you're just gonna see people's heads just literally explode.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I don't know what it would be interesting to call Vegas and see what the odds are that Trump does get that pick. But I gotta figure that the odds are severely in favor that she's not gonna last. And you're right. You think they're losing their minds now? Wait
they're
till
gonna have a conniption. Yeah, I can just imagine. You know what? That would be interesting to see if Vegas has odds on that.
Oh, I'm sure they do. They have odds on most everything.
Yeah, because I saw some stuff from Ginsburg not too long ago, actually. With all of this stuff going on, they were showing some stuff with her, and I was like, wow, not long. Yeah,
and she won't retire. I mean, she should have stepped down years ago. She should have, but she's such an ideologue. She'll never do that.
Yeah, she's holding out for impeachment or something. I mean, come on, that's not going to do it. We got Pence. You know, Pence will be all up in there. You know, that can people America, you have that to look forward to. So there you go. That's coming. That's coming. I think that's going to be the next one. Just look out for that. It's going to happen soon. All right, let's see. Was there anything that we missed out on here? I just want to see if there was something. Did you guys get a chance to see that cry at 612 I was talking about?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
No, it didn't come up for some reason. I didn't see it.
Oh, did you see the fire? I put a link up in the chat for the firearm blog one. Let me see. I'll throw it up there again.
Yeah. I've been playing around with my light all night or all day.
Okay. Yeah.
There it is.
So,
all right.
Yeah. I think that's a bullpup I'd like to own. You know, that's what I collect. I have a bunch of different guns, but I really.
Sweet. Are you kidding me?
Huh?
That thing is awesome.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Cry Precision to make those for real. They're not really out yet. They've been teasing us with it for about 5 years or something.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. You know what? Let's start to wrap it up here. I'll go with Clover since he's our guest of honor. I'll go with him last so we can get info in here. Trey, tell us what's going on with you and Aries and how people can get in touch with you, man.
Aries Firearms Training in Leesburg, Florida. 352-321-8102. Instagram, obviously, Aries Firearms Training. Facebook, Aries Firearms Training. Web page is under construction, but you can still link up there. Please give us a call. If you're in the Central Florida area, we'd love to help you out with any of your firearms needs. And I guess I'll see you guys next time, too.
Awesome. Thanks, Trey. Clover, my friend, thanks for coming on again. It's been awesome, man. You're a great guest.
You bet.
Hanging out with you and talking, kicking. I actually met Clover at last year's NRA. It's the reason why I keep going to NRA.
NRA, yeah.
You know, we stood in line and we kicked it with each other. And Lola was happy to hang out with someone that, you know, she can actually look right in the eyes, eye to eye connection.
Yeah, I'm not tall and intimidating, that's for sure.
So what's going on with you, man? Tell the folks out there how to get in touch with you.
Live at clovertech.com, or, you know, if you want to email, that's the way to do it. Clovertech.com. There you can get to all the different forms of social media. We're everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, obviously Gunstreamer, you name it. 4 lives a week is what we do. Tomorrow night is pretty excited about tomorrow night, so might want to check that one out for sure. We've got Cody from Walther is going to be on.
Oh, cool. All right, nice.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have a company as large as Walther. Yeah,
Walther's got some lots of different kinds of guns out there.
Yeah, willing to bring somebody and an old company as well. So it's hopefully an interesting conversation. And produce content and all kinds of other cool stuff. So go to clovertech.com. You can kind of follow up wherever you like to follow people from there.
Yeah, so. And you're also on Instagram.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook.
There's
all the mainstream stuff, and then several of this.
I like your patch.
Yeah.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I'll mention it since you mentioned the patch and you showed it earlier. The swag store over at clovertech.com. We'll be making the Tulsa Arms show in Tulsa this year. That's first weekend, I think, or second weekend in November. I can't remember. And also J.M. Davis Arms Museum. We've got that trip. We do that twice a year. And got a special going in the swag store. 10% off anything in the swag store with code Tulsa until we leave for Tulsa. So
awesome.
You can go pick up a patch or a cap or whatever.
Awesome. Very cool. Check out this Rat 5 knife. Just show that bad boy off here before we go out. All right. So I want to thank everyone for joining us, hanging out in the chat, all the folks that help us get to over 100 thumbs ups, and all the good people that are still hanging out with us. Thanks so much to Trey from Aries Firearms for hanging out with us tonight, as well as my friend Clover Tack. There he goes from Clover Tack. doing it. So I want to thank everyone that sponsors the show, ATI Outdoors, Fort Scott Munitions, Andrew's Custom Leather. If you're a Patreon, we're Patreon/Hank Strange. And right now for the patrons, the patrons, excuse me, that are $5 and above, we've got the how it's made of the 1911 custom leather exotic grips from Andrew's Custom Leather. So you guys might want to check that out. In a couple of days, you'll see that go out into regular rotation. Also, Safety Harbor Firearms, shout out to those guys, and Franklin Armory for sponsoring the podcast, as well as Gun Prime, where you guys can find deals where, Lola's always finding deals and things like that. Gun Prime has a lot of deals. That's pretty much it. We will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. Have fun. Thanks so much, guys. We're out of here.
See ya.
Peace.